Welcome to my channel, Berserker Gang 2019, and today I'm going to introduce to you my Altoids Tinderbox, or my fire starting kit. Let's take a look what's inside. Now the typical Altoids tinder can, or emergency fire starting kit. Now you can use these little tins for making yourself all kinds of survival related emergency kits. There's people that put lighters in here, or like a survival kit with a cable saw, and all kinds of neat things you can make out of these Altoids cans. You can even make an alcohol stove out of one of these, which is pretty neat. But I usually just tend to use them for making fire starting kits, because that's something I really like to do. And I give them away as gifts, or I trade them for small trinkets where somebody can make something else for me. And this particular one right here, I just finished making yesterday. So this is what it looks like before and after you use it to make charcloth in the fire with. So you gotta really know that once you use your tin, it's gonna look like this when you make charcloth with it. I made a video on that yesterday. I'll link the description in the video above, so you guys can check that out if you would like to know how to do that. So I went ahead and made some charcloth for this specific project yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and put this together so that you can see what I put in a tinderbox like this. So this is what this looks like before and after it's been in the fire to make charcloth with. Now if you poke a small hole and you put some natural materials in there, like cotton cloth or anything natural, you can even char some amadou, which is what this is right here. I have some charred amadou. That works great as well, and it adds a little bit of more flammability to it. But the best result I found is actually boiling this in a lye solution of ash. We're going to be doing something like that here soon. But yeah, so that's what that looks like before and after. So you need to know once you put this in the fire, it's going to come out a little ugly. From then on, it won't be like all nice and shiny anymore. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I put in this kit. Now this is a real simple kit to get you started. It doesn't have to be exactly these components. You can add or subtract anything that you think works well, or that may or may not be available in your local area. So you want to think about that as well. First off, I'm going to add a piece of birch bark, which is very useful for starting fires in wet conditions, because the white powder off of this bark is highly flammable. And if you can get a nice spark to go on there, then you have half the success already on your side. So we're going to put that in there. One piece of birch bark. Now in my big fire starting kit I use with the camp, I usually carry a nice piece of where I can roll up. I can use that as an emergency candle too, and if I set that in the center of my fire that I'm planning to start, then that'll act as a long-term fire starting candle basically, which is a pretty cool little trick. But a little piece like this goes a long way. Okay, we're going to add the piece of birch bark. And next off I have here the actual charcloth material that I made in the video yesterday. We're going to add that. Then we're going to put our cool custom made Flint steel striker made out of an old file. Then we're going to add our custom made here from the basement. We didn't use a forge for this one. This is actually a really cool special project. Requires very few basic tools, and anyone that has a bench vise basically can do, or access to one, can do this job. So it's real easy to make yourself a flint striker out of an old file like this if you don't have a forge. I went ahead and put a leather lanyard on there for easy access and easier to hold that way. You don't drop it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Now I have two nice pieces of flint. Put that there. Maybe too much already. And a piece of amadou, charred amadou, that I went ahead and fluffed up the surface with a knife a little bit so it'll catch the spark a little bit better. There you go. The Altoids tinderbox. Nothing special. So I thought I'd show you guys that. That's the end of my video series of the Altoids fire tin. So that'll be all for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, it would really help out the channel if you click the subscribe button down below, click the bell, and ring all notifications. That way you'll let YouTube know you'll want to see more of my videos, and you'll get notified every time I post new content. So that being said, stay safe and see you soon.